Alright, so sorry for the short stream a second ago. Turned out my camera mic wasn't working. Let me just check if it still works here. Yeah, that works just fine, so that's good. Let me position the camera a bit better. And wow, good enough if you ask me. Alright, so good evening. Let's share this link so people can join us. It's been a while, I know. Just been busy a lot, trying to catch up with all of the work, and I'm still behind, but some people say it's a good thing. Alright, let's see, where's my channel? Here's my channel. Alright, videos. I'm live, yay. Okay, so let's share that link here. Oh, let's get back to the main cam. Right, live repairs. Yeah, been a while. Oh, my computer is a bit slow. I don't know why, because it's a fast computer. Alright. Let's see, is anyone joining? I guess that's myself. It's one person in here, so must be myself. Oh my. Why is that thumbnail so stupid? It's fuzzy and it's the most awful. Anyway, I guess people will now come in a second. It's no problem. I will just start with all the work. What's my computer doing? Just a second, I want to know. It seems quite slow. Oh, it was indeed at 100%, but what is it, 100% now? Not anymore. It's now 39, which is still a lot, but not a big problem, I think. Seems better. I hope the stream quality is not too high, otherwise we will get in trouble with buffering at people's homes, and you know. Alright, so I think we're set up, and yeah, I think we can just get it on. Still quite a lot. 36% CPU usage by OBS. I don't know why. Because I think I set it to 2K, did I? Let me check. Yeah, 2K and not too high bitrate. So strange. Hey, Stone Scouser. I'm fixing two ZX Spectrums. An issue 2 and another issue 2, but both in different cases. So we'll start with that, and if I have any energy left, I will grab some other stuff to repair, because people have been waiting for quite a long time. So, the first one is this 38K here, sorry, 16K, it's an issue 2, and the person who dropped it off told me that he already got a memory upgrade, but the machine just died because of some things he did, so let's start with that. Good evening, guys. And because this is in a 48K rubber case, I will also make sure the heatsink will be added to the UA chip. Let's get over to the work desk here. So first let's check it out, and for that I'm using my secondary television here. Not sure if it's powered on, I have to check that. And I'm also not sure if this guy is actually using composite video. Maybe he's still using antenna, I don't know. If so, and it's indeed the case, then I should have asked him if he wants to have composite video, because I don't know. I have to ask him. I guess he's used to antenna, but let me just ask him in while we're at it. But I, of course, have to wait for his answer. Right, right, let's check his emails. No, what the hell? Sometimes this is just so crazy. Anyway, hey Brian, good evening. Welcome. The screwdriver is looks a bit big in this picture here. Okay, I found his email. Let's send him an email. It's a Dutch guy, hence he was able to drop it off. Do you want instead of type's a bit rough this way. Let's send him the streaming link as well, so if he wants he can watch it. But anyway, I have to get a composite video to continue this. So this will not work. I think I will do a temporary way of getting composite video. We'll add a wire just for this. And tell me guys, all the new fume extraction here causes some noise when you're sitting here. Can you hear that? Can you hear the noise from the fans and 1, 2, 3 fans actually? And if so, maybe I will switch one off. Hey Ben, good evening. So a temporary composite video output, because I don't know if this guy actually wants that permanently. Oh, the wires here. Let me check what is the view here. Oh, that's not a good one. Right. So, temporary composite video out. I don't do this quite often, but it's of course very easy. I will just not cut anything because I might have to revert this small modification. So I'm just doing a bypass, a simple bypass, and it will work just fine. There are more people in the stream than people who are talking, so I wonder who's watching. I have some silent watchers. I don't mind, by the way. It's a bit kinky, but I'm being watched. And I don't know by whom. So you can hear the noise. Is it obvious? Is it too much? Just tell me. The noise of the fume extraction circuit here. Alright. So now we can power it on with composite video. Cables are a bit short, but I think we can manage. I need power. I hope it's on composite video already, the TV. Not too bad, okay. Better than you breathing, okay. Fun noise is okay, okay. It's on HDMI. Sorry, I have to get my remote. I should have perhaps another somewhere, but I don't know where. So let's have to switch here. Oh. Okay, let's see what it's doing at this moment. No, not much. Not much. Okay, let's get a diagnostic garbage. So these will be available soon. I think I have lots of parts in stock already, but not everything. Oh, we only have 5 volts. We're no 12. Oh, this is bad. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't switch on. So I wonder what's defective. I think this one is the one that he plugged in the wrong power supply, he told me. So it could be anything at this point. We do have 5 volts. I just don't know if it's actually a good 5 volts, so let me check. And let's plug the ULA chip, so maybe we can save something. So at least I would say the Z80 is defective, because you can just run a ZX Spectrum with a with 5 volt only. Right, let's see, do we have 5 volts? Which pins should I check? Let's check these ones here. No, it's 0.9 volts. That's very, very bad. Okay, that's not good. So he assembled a Traco Power voltage regulator himself, and I even don't know if that's still working, so what shall we do? I could try to test the Traco Power separately, of course, without from the board, disconnected. And it'll take a couple of seconds, because I need to know if it still works. Alright, let's put it aside, and let's get some more wires and a power socket and some wires. With long wires, but you know, it's just measuring 5 volts, that's also not going to bother a lot. Alright, so I want to know if this Traco Power is still working or that it's dead. But if it's still working, then I need to replace many parts. I guess the SAT80, the ROM, and those are not socketed, so there will be some work. But we will do that. Okay, let's put in the wires. That's one. So this is the 5 volt wire, sorry, 9 volt wire. That's the input. And we have the ground wire. And then we have the ground wire at the connector, and it's a ZX Spectrum connector, so the ground wire is center pin. So let's see, do we have 5 volts now? And that's 1, and that's 2, and let's switch it on. Yep, we do have 5 volts, so the Traco Power is okay. So something is shorting on this board, and I have never had, I don't think I ever had tier 5 and tier 4 causing shorts in the 5 volt line, so I guess it's one of the chips. So I'm afraid I have to start with desoldering the ROM chip. So let's power on the desolder device here. Will be some work, but it's a job, it's a living. So let's pre-solder the pins here, all the dry solder. Flux has disappeared throughout the years. So add some more. New one. And now we wait. It just takes 2 minutes, I guess, to get the desoldering station heated up. I hope the relay chip is still working, which also uses 5 volts, since the ROM is fading. Alright, come on, 200 degrees, I need 400. So Traco Power is still okay. And I could see that 5 volt wasn't completely working by the LED here, because it was very faint. It was glowing, but it was very faint, so I was guessing that already. So first, let's get out the ROM chip. Is there a lot left? Yeah, it must be. Oh, what I should do before we do this is measure if there's a short indeed. So I can measure the resistance between 5 and ground, 5 volts and ground. And at this moment that's oh, it's low. It's still 2 kilo ohms, so it's not too low. But I already disconnected the ROM chip, so maybe that's the cause. Let me check. 2 kilo. Don't really see a real short here, so that's surprising, but 2 kilo ohms are not that low. I know this is boring, but it's work. Boy, I think this should do it. I think it should be able to get out now. It's still a bit stuck. I don't like that at all. Let's try it again. I don't want any damage to tracks this time. Oh, almost. Oh, one is going up here. Oh, I hate it when it happens. Yeah, get out. Right, so some small damage, but it's really minor. And we'll test this ROM, make sure it works. And after, if it works, then I will just solder it back, because that's the best thing to do here. All the cables here are messing up. Right, so let's test it again. I don't need video for testing it on the diagnostic card, so let's do it without video and see what happens. Still very faint 5 volts. Oh, there's no 5 volts because there's no regulator at this moment. Okay. Alright. Let's clear up the hole, of course. Alright. Is that diagnostic board broken? Yes, it's a diagnostic board. The one that, ooh, see some problems here. The one that was originally developed by Brendan Alford, and Steve Smith did a renew on it. Okay, the tracker power will never work because the pads are gone. That's one cause of problems. So I need to add a jumper wire for that, and I really don't like doing that because it's a power wire, power track. This is just a very small wire, so I'm not sure if this is the best thing to do, but maybe it's better to just put the lag to the front. Yeah, let's do that. That's the better solution in this case. And I'm also not sure if, or that's just through and through, so there's no issue at all. Okay, so, I'm going to pull the 5 volt output lag to the front and solder it on top of the track, so don't have to do strange things here. Although this is a bit strange, you know. Okay, let's start with that. So that is of course one of the causes, so maybe there wasn't a short after all, but I need to check the ROM anyway, so that's most probably why we didn't have 5 volts. I should have checked that earlier, but didn't see it. Right, now let's see if we got 5 volt now. Yeah, we have some more stuff going on here, but still it's not working. So this is most probably the CPU that's defective. Let's check the 5 volts once more with voltage meter. Yeah, it's 5 volt now, so that's okay. But it's not not booting up. So I guess it's the LED that it's defective as well. So we need another one. Of course I will test it and let me check, should I can I add a socket on this LED in this case? Let me check. I don't think so. I think we cannot add a socket. So we just have to test this LED and then put in another one. The same NEC ROMs, and I'm getting it out because I want to put a dot where the transistor factory modification should go on. One pin there and one pin there. Oh, that's not correct. Come on. Pay attention, Ben. Pay attention, man. Hey, Jan, good evening. Alright, so the dots are the marks for the factory transistor modification here. We can put it off now. And I will get this LED out and we'll test it in a test board to make sure if it works or not. But I'm 99% sure that it's defective, so I have to get it off. Oh. I'm almost completely through my leaded solder wire, so I'm stepping over to unleaded, lead-free. And last week I found out that there's lead-free solder for lower temperatures, which is cool. And what I was looking for was lead-free solder paste with lower temperatures, but I guess there will also be lead-free solder wire for lower temperatures. So I will check that out and I will share that info with you, because it will make life a bit easier, just a bit. No holiday for me. No time for holidays. Need to build Spectronets, you know. Not wasting any time. Just working from 9 to 9, something like that. I do other stuff, like assisting with painting my daughter's room, some other stuff. I even went out of town for 3 days last weekend. So it's always hard, because if you cannot do anything for 3 days, then I always know that there's a lot of work waiting when I come back. And then always some people get impatient, you know, and they're totally right. It's just with the web shop, and other stuff, it's hard to be offline. But in the future, I just have to find a way of dealing with that. Some well-known people, for example, decide just to get off from Facebook, for example, which takes a lot of time. But I guess that if you're not on Facebook, then people will find you by email or some other ways. Okay, no cut tracks, please. Oh, this is going just fine. Wow, no problem at all. No problem at all. It's coming off without any issue. So no problem. That's a transistor mode, as you can see there. It's not a defect. Alright, I like that. Just a bit cleaning, but it's good enough. Alright, so I will get another board and we'll test the CPU. But I'm certain that it's defective. I just want to check. What we'll do here is connect the die card on this board. You can see it's booting up just fine. So now let's get in this bad CPU. And it will not boot fine, this one. It will do nothing. Oh no, it's working! I didn't expect that. Why is it working? Oh damn it. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, it's working. That's not what I wanted. I didn't want it to work. Because now the question is, what is causing it not to boot up? Okay. Oh, we didn't put in a ULA chip, you know? We didn't put in a ULA chip. So the ZLED is okay. Oh, dang it. It's not booting without a ULA chip. Well, let's put it back first. I'm smelling something here. I'm not sure what it is though. Shouldn't do that. What am I smelling? Maybe it's from the outside. I think it's from the outside. It's yeah, it's from the outside. Don't know what it is, man. Not sure. It's not from here. So I made some mistakes, but people can make mistakes, you know. So the ZLED is okay, no problem at all. I just don't know if the M1 line is working, but okay. Should have checked that. Too late, I'm soldering it back in already. I want to know if it boot us, so let's put in the ULA chip. I got 5 volts, so there's nothing really going on at this moment. And the guy told me that he replaced the 5 volt regulator after he damaged it with a bad power supply or something. So that means that there's still a chance that 12 volts and 5 volts, sorry, minus 5 volts are not working. So we have to test it out, of course. But what I'm actually doing at this moment is just wasting time. Yeah, yeah, it's a cockroach. No, it's not the cockroach. Cockroach is the one, the chip that's on top of issue 1 boards, am I right? So the 8-legit thingy. There was a semi-coupe for sale on Marktplaats. Oh yeah, really? I don't think I've seen that. Is it still for sale or is it sold already? Right, ULA chip. I just have to test the ULA chip because we don't know what it does. Where's my testing board now? Where did I put that one? I'm getting mad. Oh, there it is. Right. Video output. So we do not need the new Z80. Let's get rid of that one. Let's put in the die card and okay, that's okay. We don't have any video because I think it's switched off. Yep, it's switched off. Stupid televisions, and you cannot even configure that. You know, I hate that. You should be able to configure that. Many TVs have that. Okay, we got a picture now. You can see it in the back behind this fan here. So that's working with my test machine here. So next is to check if the ULA chip from the customer is still working. It's it's an issue 2 ULA, so it could do strange things on this board, but it will work. Okay, there's an issue with the ULA chip. As you can see, it's the video output has been damaged. Let me check it again. Oh, this is okay. That's odd. That's odd. I've never seen that with this. So it's working when the ROM starts, but it's not working. Oh, that could be the issue 2 incompatibility. There's no problem. That's to expect. Okay. So I think the ULA chip is also working. So most probably the defective pad might have been the only issue here. Of course, we have to do the capacitors, but it's just boring stuff, you know. I will add a heatsink on this one, so may do that in a second as well. But I think we can just test it now. Oh. So without video, just to see if it works. Yeah, and it works. So turn of colors with this matter of calibrating. This is the same strange thing here. Oh no, this is okay. Okay. Okay, so video output is okay. Just no colors. We have to calibrate that. We'll do that later. But it's still working. So, oh, there's a RAM fill. What the heck? Let's put another ULA, and it's really getting a bit hot. So I'm not sure if this one is okay. Oh. I think I have another one for issue 2. So let me get another issue 2 ULA chip. Oh, that one, for the one that Marvin bid 10,000 euro on. I've seen that one then. Don't have any issue 2 ULAs here, but this is compatible, just newer. There's some strange things going on here. I don't know what it is. RAM fill. Oh, of course. This is stupid. We don't have 5 volts and 12 volts. Of course this is not working. I'm still being stupid. Maybe I need some more sleep. Okay, so most probably the ULA chip is working just fine as well. But we just need some new transistors here for the 5 volts and 12 volts. And I don't think there's actually a problem with the lower RAM. So let's replace those. Hey Peter, you're not missing anything, man. You're in, you know, you're here. Good evening, Peter. Yeah, and sorry for all the missed weeks with no videos, you know. I hope to be able to make more videos throughout next week, maybe tomorrow, but I'm not sure. Oh, actually tomorrow I'm dropping off an order at someone in Eindhoven. Someone who lives, oh, what is it? 3 minutes from here. I like it a lot. I've had it once before. Different address. So it's a small world, it's a big world. Just depends on how you want to see it. But even people from very nearby or sometimes order things. And also people from the other side of the world. New Zealand, Australia, Russia, Brazil. I don't think I've ever sent something to Mexico, but... Hey Anthony, good evening. Everything is okay at this moment, but it's sometimes it's hard. So my daughter is staying over at my son's room at this moment because we're working in her room. She helped today with painting. So I'm currently trying to get -5 and plus 12 voltages back, because we need those for lower RAM to work properly. that it won't work without those voltages, because the RAM chips that Sinclair selected for video output use free voltages. I still don't know why, but I never bothered trying to find it out. So I just wasted some time on this machine here, by my own fault of course. Should have been more careful. I just keep it on because I need to remove the relay socket. Alright, TR5, making a mess here where all the solder remains. I like to have a clean workplace. So let's see if we have a completely functioning machine now. Let's check if there are no shorts. Always check if you don't have any shorts. Because some small solder blocks can do all kinds of strange things. This is just an issue 2 and needs some repairs. And until now it was only the 5-volt regulator that didn't connect properly to one of the pads that was missing. So the person who removed the old one just tore some pads with that. That was a small fix, and 5 volts and minus 5 volts and 12 volts were missing. And of course I still need to recap it, but I won't do that on video because it's boring. Are you working on the action replay device? No, I'm not. But DivMC has snapshot features built in, so can the RAM be damaged by running without the other voltages? I don't think so. I think it will just not work. But let's see what it does now. Ah, that's a lot better. So we have a picture, but all the colors are need to be calibrated. Try it this way, but unknown and corrupt ROM. No, there is no ROM, so it's not corrupt and it's not unknown. It's just no ROM there. I'm eyeballing this video output here. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, I know this television doesn't properly show the colors. It's just this TV. I need to calibrate this in another television. It won't work here. Actually quite useful that it doesn't detect the ROM, because you know we have more time to calibrate the colors, otherwise we'll just jump to 48 basic. I need to connect an oscilloscope to do this properly, but you can see some colors already. Yeah, it's almost there. Just a bit back. A bit more, we'll add it somewhere here. Just a little bit. Ah! Oh, I hate this job. I need an oscilloscope to do it properly. But I'm just lazy. I was like doing this by hand, you know. But I don't think I will make it this way. The scope is in the other side of the room, you know. You can see all colors in the back. Use a scope? Yeah, no. Even you have a scope, I know, Peter. I'm lazy. I want it to work, come on. Give me some picture. I really want to succeed, but it's just so frustrating doing this way. I think I should just give up for now. Anyway, let's put back the ROM and see if it all works. Did I test the ROM? I don't know. I don't think so. start testing the ROM. I started using this new testing board, but I had some problems with CPUs, testing CPUs, and it turned out that it was just testing a batch of CMOS CPUs, and 48Ks do not like CMOS CPUs. So I now sourced a batch of NMOS CPUs, and I buy them with hundreds at a time, so I have quite a big stock of CPUs at this moment. But I can use them for the CMOS ones for the Harlequin kits, which are completely CMOS, and that works just fine, even with add-ons, so it's no problem at all. But for repairs I need proper NMOS CPUs. Alright, so ROM is still working, that's no problem at all. As well, just checking if the ROM is completely fine. Oh, and some other stuff. The issue 1 daughter boards came in, so these ones. I know some people are waiting for them. This is the version that's developed by... Was it? Dylan? I'm not sure. Or was it Dylan? I don't know. I think it was Dylan. Dylan Smith. And he allowed me to make some. There's Smith on the board, so I thought it was Dylan, but it's not Steve, because Steve does other things. I will make some, and I will just order the machine drilled pins, IC socket and pins, pin headers, because these ones are going into IC sockets on the issue 1 boards. You do not want to use plain pin headers, because you will damage the IC socket, so hence you need machine drilled pins for that. Okay, ROM is okay. And that's a good thing about testing boards. Always have a test board, guys, and socket as much as you can. So this one is almost completely socketed. And I removed the zip socket here and the zip socket there because I had the issues with the CPU, but the issues were only caused by CMOS CPUs. My bad. Should have known. Sometimes I forget things. I'm not getting old. I just forget things. I just don't think of all the details all the time. It's life, you know. So many things to do. Alright, let's put back the ROM and test the complete machine here, and it should be fine. And what I promised this guy is, although he already has the 48K upgrade, I will test if the board functions with 40K chips. So we'll grab some from the shelf in a minute. Let me just write down what we already did on this board, so I'll not forget. I'm working on a Bluetooth ROM dumper for Super NES. I have a simple wildcard. The plan is to use an Arduino with Bluetooth receiver and wire it to parallel ports input of the wildcard. Cool, sounds cool. A ROM dumper, yeah, cool. Alright, what we did is TR4 and 5. Fixed track at 5-volt regulator. I think that's all until now, so not a big issue. Yeah, so let's test it out as it is now. It will work. I know that for sure, but I just want to see, and I have to calibrate the colors later on. Okay, boots up. It's 16K. Hey, hey. I can show you. Can you see it? Let me zoom in with the. I need to use my remote control for that. You can see the Spectrum screen there. It just boots up fine. Let me do it again. No, the TV is slow. I hate that. That's just quicker. We cannot see it. The television is too slow. Anyway, no problem. It works, and I just want to test the RAM upgrade. And there should be a wire somewhere. Where was it? Oh yeah. Maybe it doesn't matter. Well, I think we need 5 volts in a pin. because if you're doing an upgrade to 48K, you need to add one wire. But first, let's get 2 LS157s, and I told them we will give them some for free. We'll just pick some used ones. Just have to work. That's all. You already ordered these ones as well, so. Actually had the upgrade kits in stock a while ago, but someone had some issues with it and was talking about speed, timing problems, so I pulled it off the web shop and have to put it back after doing some more testing. Not enough time for that yet, so plenty of other stuff on the web shop at this moment. Cool. So a LS00 and a what was it? 175, I think. Oh, it's 32. And it's 32. All right. So tell me, guys, what did you have for dinner tonight? I had some Greek stuff, which was delicious. What did you have for dinner? Tell me. Let's talk about something else while doing this work here. Right. Picture's not blue. Okay, let's grab the testing RAM chips. 4164. Come, don't be shy. Tell me, what did you have for dinner? I want to know. Pizza! Oh, wow! With extra olives, I like that. Sounds delicious. Who's next? Popnoodle. What is a popnoodle? I'm from Holland, you know. I don't know what a popnoodle is. And now I'm curious. So I'm going to look it up. Chicken fried rice with chili. Oh man, delicious. Popnoodle. What is popnoodle? I want to know. Popnoodle. Oh, of course. Noodles. In a can where you just have to add water. Am I right? I like that a lot. We have those from time to time. Macaroni. Wow. I like macaroni, but my kids don't like macaroni. Can you understand that, Jen? All kids should like macaroni, but my kids don't. They're just, I don't know, they're always complaining when they get food. They're always complaining, and then I tell them, guys, why are you complaining? You're getting food. You're getting good food. Not, of course, not always macaroni, but they're still complaining. I don't know why. So I'm putting in all kinds of different for your 164 chips. Vindaloo. What's Vindaloo? I think it's pork. Pork sounds delicious as well. Though we don't eat much pork because of my kid doesn't, his skin doesn't go well with pork. Vindaloo. What's that? Oh, curry, okay. Oh wow. Looks delicious as well. Chicken and mushroom popnoodle, yeah. Cool. Alright. Yeah, we've got 48K. Let's do a full check with the dike. All is working, and I'm even not sure if I need to add the wire. I just need to check the schematic for that. Run test, upper RAM test, pass, it's going. Hand grenade and next group, still no answers. What? Oh, next group? Huh? Yeah, you mean people are mad because the next is not progressing or something? Okay, the machine is fully working, just need to fine-tune video. Hand grenade and next group. Yeah, I wonder when the next is going to be released completely. Right, so I haven't seen your post, I think. I haven't read that much Facebook lately because of all the other work. But I did some posts from time to time. Okay, the last thing I need to do is see if the wire is needed or not. So I'm going to check the schematic here. Computers and documentation. No, not Harlequin. 48K, issue 2. Wire 100 volt, 110 volts RAM chips. Okay, if I do that, I will make sure it will not work anymore. I need to replace them. I don't like that idea. Okay, 4164, the optional RAM chips. Let me see. We got some. Yeah, it's going to pin RAM type select to pins. Pin 10 of IC26. Yeah, that's 157. Okay, didn't expect that. So I guess I just need to select one or the other to make sure it's not causing any problems. Oh, I'm not sure. I think it's meant to select upper or lower bank. That's what I think. So it's kind of important, because if you don't connect it, then the question is what bank would it use, because those chips are only used half. Otherwise we would have more RAM, but it said that you cannot address more RAM. So I need to add a wire anyway, just to make sure. Yeah, you're right, Paul, but it's taking a while, you know. I know things can take some time. I speak for myself, but they're not the first developing a keyboard, of course. But I hope they will manage it very soon. Maybe they should have used cherry red switches or something. That would have been cool. A mechanical keyboard in the ZX Spectrum Next. I think people would have liked that. Maybe it's even cheaper, you know. But it would be a bit big, you know. The keyboard won't be that slim as it is at this moment. Okay, let's add a wire. The best thing would be a hard wire, but I don't have a hard wire here. So what will I do? I will just use a pin of a transistor or something. Sorry, a resistor. Loads of them. Be creative. It's very windy in Holland at this moment. I'm not sure if it's the same in the UK and anywhere else, but there's a strong wind throughout the whole day here. And part of the roof of one of a Dutch soccer stadium has collapsed. Or was it AZ? Was it? I'm not sure, but it was that one. Anyway. It looked very bad in the photo. So I will do this, and I will. It's hard. And I will remove the relay socket, and I will do the capacitors later on, because I want to get to the next board. Not the ZX Spectrum Next, but you know what I mean. Thunderstorms, okay. It's even worse. Didn't expect that. I think they announced it, but... Okay, the jumper wire is added. For the RAM type select. Let's test it once more. Should I click the diode once again? I don't know, let's just do it. I will check the email, find out if the guy already responded to my question. Let's see, did he or did he not? Nope. Right, wet and windy, okay. You know if it would be possible to have a multi-boot Spectrum Amstrad CPC 4364 with C64 in... Yeah, wow, no, I don't think so. The only way of making a multi-machine computer is using FPGA technology because it mimics hardware. So not by software emulation, but hardware actually. So I think that's the best way to go. The only problem with most FPGA solutions is that you're losing the output edge connectors with most setups, of course. Okay, this one is done. Now let's get out the RAM chips again because those are mine. So I'm like get them the logic chips for the RAM addressing for free. So it doesn't need to switch those out. And the RAM chips here are all spare chips. This is one and this is the other one. Oh, I'm dropping one. So also all spare chips for repair purposes. So if I need a specific brand or something, I can just look it up if I have one and put it in. And I have all kinds of types, so original Texas Instrument ones, and all kinds of types, so 4, 5, 3, 2, low, high, O keys, all kinds, all types, Siemens, Motorola, NX. Just pull them from very bad boards in the past. So I never have any shortage of those. Okay, RAM chips are off, board is ready, just need to wait for his answer about RAM and we'll do the capacitors later. Making a note. Alright. Oh, I said I would remove the relay socket. I'm really getting forgetting things here. Right, let's just do that. I didn't keep this on for nothing. So before doing anything else, I will put a sync on this delay chip, and I also put a small node. Show you a small node. Oh, where's my camera? I don't see my own camera. Sorry about that. Just a second, please. I put a small node on the side of the ULA chip. So why isn't it sharp? Oh, come on, camera, work with me. Anyway. It's telling which ULA type it is, because you cannot read it anymore when it's got a heatsink on it. And the way I do it, maybe there are easier ways, but is using thermal paste and then super glue to attach the heatsink. So the thermal paste isn't glue. I know there is some thermal glue outside there somewhere, but I like doing it this way. So this is a 5C112A3 E3. Oh, come on, I put it in a small plastic bag and it's still hard. Sorry. Cheap stuff. You should use only A brands for this thermal glue, but if it's on the chip, it won't cause any problems anymore. Right. I think I will buy some silver stuff also for these ULA chips, because this is drying out very quickly and I don't like it. Super glue. First make sure the ULA is centered and pushed on the heatsink properly. try. Oh, come on. Now the glue is messing with me. There's glue. There is glue. Should I empty or something? It's getting thicker, so I think it's almost empty. Yeah, it's thick. I need to open a new one then. Very soon, but not now. Just want to make sure it's properly attached. That's the main thing here. Okay, let this dry. And now let's get the socket out. How are the kids been enjoying the break from school? How are the kids enjoying the break from school days? They're playing a lot of games, mostly. And to be honest, I should have taken more time, but I'm still getting up that level with ByteDelight that I need to make a living of it. So we still work a lot, and we do some cool stuff every week, but not every day at the moment. So I should do a bit more. But we always have lunch together and dinner together, and we do some other stuff in the house. So they're not that bored. So one of the things I'm doing is finishing the reflow oven. I needed to order some more parts for that, because the Control kit that I already bought months ago has a feature to open the lid of the oven, which is cool because it then can have the hot air get out before touching the oven myself, which is a cool feature and really a must for my fume extraction setup here, because I'm going to close another door, transparent door, in front of the oven to make sure all the fumes will get outside and not inside. So if the reflow kit software can open the lid, that would be great. Some other parts, small parts, like heat reflective tape, some more, which is really useful to make sure the oven does its job in the shortest time, so parts will not be damaged and so on. What's your favorite Spectrum games? Well, mine is R-Type. Yeah, it's my all-time favorite. I like it a lot. But there are games that I like as well, like Bruce Lee and some other games. But I really should have more time for playing games. I don't. I like hardware more than software, to be honest. I like working on hardware. And I also, I'm not sure what I like more. I also like to control hardware from software. So some can call it embedded software, for example, if you do it on a professional base. But on Spectrum, it's just I/O, writing software for I/O. So, for example, I did the laser harp by writing software to control the laser angle settings and the sensor reading, output reading, and that sort of thing. And oh, that was just such a cool project. And even sending MIDI data out of the ZX Spectrum was just awesome. It's a +2B board, I think, which is the laser harp. I would like to do more of those projects, but I will very soon because I got some of those LED strips, programmable LED strips, individually addressable RGB LEDs. And I want to program them from a ZX Spectrum and without much extra hardware. So only a very simple I/O circuit. Okay, let's do the last test to see if it still works. It should. I want to know. I need to know. Yes, 16K of course, but it works. Alright, other tests will be done later on. So some people in Holland already got a bit fed up with laser art because I've shown it too many times to them. But I still like it. It's just a cool device, and I even like improving it from time to time. I should buy more powerful lasers, for example. I'm using a green and a blue laser, which combined with some laser tech stuff results in a light blue laser, which is quite cool. So it's not dark blue, but it's light blue. And all the infrared output of the cheap Chinese lasers is removed by some infrared blocking filters. Okay, this belongs to this machine here. Okay, next one. A good old plus. With an added cable for composite video. Ugh. Why? Okay, what's the easiest way of having this on my desk here? There's no easy way. I'm not sure what he told me about this one. Let's do first check, see what it does. Let's put on the diag as well, if I can find it. There it is. Oh, I forgot the label for the delay strip, which is important. Just a second. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm back in 2 seconds, guys. Just a second. Alright. Delay label is on. I needed to do it. Who? Oh. Okay, 17. 17 people are watching. It's also functioning, but there's some RAM error, as you can see there. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. I know this is in the way, but RAM fill 0. So no RAM fill defects. Was it? I think it's IC6, and a couple of lower RAM chips already have been replaced. Let me check if the voltages are okay. Yeah, the voltages are present, but it's always. Am I out of sync? Me? Me? Am I out of sync? No. Okay. Let me check. Check. I don't think so. Check. I don't think so. No, I'm in sync. When I'm watching myself, I'm in sync. So I think you have to press F5. Hey Nunu, good afternoon by the way. Good evening, sorry. Why? By the way, you know, I have some new Portuguese-speaking people as friends, but they're from Brazil, so thinking of Portuguese, my friends in Portugal. So I actually helped them to move last week. Oh, whoa, whoa, okay. There are some, whoa, there are 2 wires damaged of the transistor modification on the Z80 CPU, so that won't work. That's causing problems, of course. Let's fix that first. Fake news, no. Nothing is wrong with the feed here. Oh, again, now all 3 legs are loose, so let's just fix that first. I don't know where the last wire should go, so let's check that. Oh, this wire is tough. So, it's almost no space. Oh man. Dang it. I need more space. Why is the wire not soldering? The wire is not helping me. I think it broke out maybe. So I think I just have to strip off the plastic a bit, which is quite hard because it's so fragile. Oh, just go on disturb me, you know, no problem. And still I'm curious about your +2 issues. I really want to know what the cause of it is, because I didn't have any problem when it was here, you know. Maybe it's the RGB cable, maybe it's the power supply, I don't know. Okay, I think it's connected again, but just to check it carefully. Need some more light. Light, give me light. I think it's okay. Just very hard to see because there's a track right next to it, so maybe I should measure it. I really love these cheap Chinese multimeters here. Okay, there's no short, so that's a good thing. Now, where were we? We had some output, but I needed to know if the chip was the right or the left one for D0 memory locations. I made some documents for that, if I can find them. Nope. Where did I put them? RAM chip locations. Okay, let's rename the document. So RAM chip, RAM memory. So next time I will find it when I'm looking for memory. Alright, D0 is the right one, IC6. So let's chip and oops, and I get rid of this. It's just so frustrating. Let's keep it on, but I cannot get it out here. That's the stupid thing. Yeah. Okay, now we can get rid of the bottom of the board, the case, I mean, and now we can remove the chip. I was checking for an ultrasonic cleaner last week, but I'm still doubting if I should do that, because an ultrasonic cleaner still requires some manual cleaning. And when you use an ultrasonic cleaner for removing flux residue, you should use something like isopropyl alcohol, but it's quite dangerous with electronic equipment, you know. So I think I won't do that. I do use a lot of IPA, but only when cleaning something, and then I will get rid of the rest of the bottle. So I don't think I will actually buy one. Yeah, okay, chip came out perfectly. So let's put in the socket. 1610, plenty of those. And normally I would not use a socket here, but because there are more chips that are already socketed, this time I won't mind. But if I'm selling a board which has a defective, which I need to repair, for example replace a chip, I will not use a socket, because it looks a lot better when the chips are just on the board as original from the factory, you know. That's what I like, what I prefer. Okay, so that's out, power in again. And let's see with another chip, of course, in it, if the RAM chip is gone. So now I need the lower RAM chips, and as with the upper RAM chips, I have plenty of those as well. Just need to find one that looks about the same as the ones that are already in. ITT2Ns. Okay, this is a bit older, so I'm checking which one I could use best. Oh, these are STCs, so we already got some mixed brands here. Well, it doesn't really matter then. Right. Oh, oh. And one thing I noticed is that one of the upper RAM chips are put in the wrong orientation, so that won't work. Let's first test if the lower RAM is now okay, and then we'll see about the rest. Don't have any video? Oh, no, I don't have any video. Ah. So it broke. Okay, the cable's just a piece of garbage. So we'll remove that. And now I will do another composite video quick fix, temporary quick fix. And we'll see about how to find it better later on. And I really wanted to do more videos already, almost 2 weeks ago I think. But man, such a lot of orders and a lot of stuff came in, and I'm really working a lot. It's not that I'm sitting still, you know, but Nope. Although I know I need all the work, it's hard to make it all happen in the limited time that I have, just like every other human. Right. So, temporary composite video fix. And we now have perfect video output, so I guess that lower RAM problem is gone. It looks well, so we can get rid of the old chip here. Yep. Those are a lot better than the other one. We just don't have a complete upper RAM because this chip was put in wrong. But let's check if it still works. I don't think so, but if it's not smoking, then there's no conversion. It's just a repair. It would surprise me if this chip still works. No, it's not working. Let's see which chip it is. I think he told me that it was IC22. I don't know why he says that, but oh, it's indeed IC22, so he must have known. So 2 chips are failing here. This one is failing because it was put in wrongly. And let's write it down. But it's all with in the same fixed repair price, so that's no problem. But I just want to make sure that he knows IC15 4164 and IC22 the socket, and IC6 was a 4116, of course. Okay, 4164. Did the issue 2 come in this case? I don't know. Maybe the guy upgraded it. Let me check if it's an upgraded case. It's an upgraded case, so I guess one of the previous owners will have bought this case somewhere in time. Okay, let me check. This is the 4532 type 4. So this is 1. Let's see if it's all now only IC22 that's failing. And if so, we can swap it out and then everything is working again. I do have 2 more compatible types, so let's just use them. Okay, show me. Tell me. Tell me. Only IC22 maybe? I hope. Yep. Okay. So that's been fixed by swapping it out, but I will select another type because I have 2 more identical ones. And all of these are tested, so I know that. So if you remove the chip and put it in the socket, because there's another socket for IC15 already, so it's no problem at all. It will still fit in the case. Right. I want to show you what I'm doing, but it's not that mind-blowing. So there's some kind of event nearby Eindhoven here, on a lake, and it's terrible weather today, so I wonder how many people actually went to there. Hey Owen, good evening. Welcome. You're not reminding me of sending you the SpectraNet and the VTX 5000, are you? Alright. One leg is stuck. Doesn't want to come out. I needed to touch it. Let me check if I got some email. Nope. I got some email not from the guy from these computers. And yeah. Okay, no, watch me then. Alright, I think I got a, what is it, about 40 orders for SpectraNet so far. And I guess some people are just waiting until they're in stock. So until now, all our pre-orders. Where did I put my magnifier? So I guess some people are just waiting, but I know that there are plenty more people interested. So the next days are going to be filled with production, repairs, and SpectraNet production, and more stuff. So I try to prepare with all other stuff, like getting parts in for all products that we sell here for the next weeks. So that's done. It's really ridiculous sometimes how all stock parts are sometimes unavailable, and then you can get them by the thousands, you know, for a low price. It's really ridiculous, but it happens. Okay, now I don't know which one was working and which one was not working. That's shit. I did it myself, my bad. I think this one is the good one, because it has longer legs, and the one that came out has short legs. Okay, let's see. I want to know, is this board fixed or not? Sound a bit like Louis Rosman, you know? Cool guy. Have you guys seen the SpaceX launch from last week? Because I know many Spectrum enthusiasts like space flights as well. Ah, there's still an error. Which one is giving the problem here? Cool. IC21. But why? Why is now IC21? That's odd. So that sometimes happens when you're repairing boards. I don't think I broke anything, did I? I don't think so. So now I wonder what's happening here. And how many of you have watched the Fortnite World Cup? And I know almost none of you like that, but you can see by the shirt that I still like watching Fortnite. Booga won. You won $3 million. Kid from 16 years old. $3 million, and then he also, of course, has a lot of sponsors and revenue from his streaming, I guess. You're that well known. Too old. You're never too old. Come on, it's between the eyes, you know. You're never too old. You may not be as fast as the young guys, but you can still try it. But of course, I have lots of other games. Yeah, cool. The recovery ship. Yeah. I'm I'm even getting my wife interested in those videos from SpaceX, which I think is cool because my wife is just completely not technological, but it's just the idea of getting things into space is just phenomenal. I like it. Well, even my daughter wants to watch Interstellar again. She's 9. Can you imagine? So I asked her yesterday, but she didn't want to watch it yesterday. It's a 2.5 hour movie, you know, so it was already late. I think it was 9 o'clock or something. Would have been too late for her. Don't tell me, Owen, that you're still below 20. Because I've never seen you. I like Fortnite, but I have some friends who don't like it, and I have to be careful with that because one friend gave me some comments about my son playing Fortnite in the past, and he didn't like it when his son was playing here, and you know, and he's totally right because it's kind of violent, but I just like the game because it's the wrong bucket. I like Fortnite because it just looks cool. It's funny made, you know, but it's still a violent game. That's true. Alright, let's see if we can find one more chip here of the same series. So I need a type 4 and not type 3. Of course, most that I got are type 3, so that's a bit hard. So let's just put in a type 4 with a different print. It's not that important. PUBG. No, I don't like PUBG. I have played PUBG once, but I think it works because it's taken some more time to test RAM. So, chip has been replaced. Let's see what it does. I like Battle Royale. I like improving my skills, but don't have time for that. I will never get old. Yes! It's done. It works. Perfect. I'm playing some other games, not many, but for example, Satisfactory I like playing, but it's kind of a, how do you call it? Satisfactory is actually quite boring because you build some stuff and there's no one else in the game, you know. That's what I like about multiplayer games. But the cool thing about it is that you can build all kinds of things in the way you want it. So that's a cool thing. Let's replace the regulator on this one as well. Oops. You know, I like trance music, but I would never go to a trance festival or something because I'm really against using drugs, and that's what happens there, you know. You don't need to do that, but that's what I hear from people who will go there. I don't like that. I like the music. That's a personal thing. I hope you guys won't mind. Ah! My hands are burning. Right, where's my vacuum sucker? Alright, it's getting messier on my desk, but we fixed both of the computers, and nowadays there's almost no chance of not being able to fix a computer, but some machines just take a real lot of time finding a small cause of an issue, and I don't write about it often. Iron Gladel does. He sometimes shows a board with a very tough defect, which can take hours to find sometimes if you take the time. But sometimes if I cannot find the issue, then I will just give up and take another board and pull the parts, because ULA chips, for example, are still in short, so that's what I do. Right, we need to socket or heatsink the ULA chip as well. So let's do that now, and then I will end this for today, but let's just remove that. I just like games where you have to react to things very quickly. I like that. It's my brain. It suits my brain. My brain is always doing something and very busy. And I think many kids have the same nowadays. Some call it autism or something, but and of course kids are always fast in their heads. Most of them. But I've always liked keeping my brain busy. And maybe it's not good, because for me it's hard to relax, and one result of that is that I wake up about every night, in the middle of the night, and I'm fully awake then. So my brain is just going on, even at night, you know. I'm not the smartest. My brain is just busy, doing all kinds of things. So I learned to live with that and just make sure it gets fed with info, doing things. So that's why I like developing stuff, because you can use your brain. Yeah, well, the way I make sure my brain gets a bit slower in the evening is just taking one glass of wine, and it helps. With me, it helps a lot. I'm not drinking a lot. I don't like that. I always think that I must be able to get in the car when something happens with the kids or something, you know. So one glass, maybe it's even too much already sometimes. Right. So ULA chip is gone. Let's put a heatsink on that and put it back. So we actually did 3 RAM chips now, so I see 21. I'm gonna heatsink. I have terrible writing at this moment. Anyway. Mindfulness, that's sort of a, how do you call it? Yoga for your mind. Well, what I don't do is take my phone to my bed. That's the baddest thing you can do. You don't want to sleep, you must take your phone to your bed. I think that's terrible. Okay, actually it isn't the correct type for this board. It is compatible, it's no problem at all, the ULA type of course. But because it was with this board, I will just leave it in. If it was my board and I still need to sell it, then I just would make sure I get the type matching the board here. Well, one good thing of getting older, instead of kids from 16 years old or something, is that you need less sleep, and I'm very glad I need a lot less sleep than in the past. Because in the past I really needed 9 or 10 hours of sleep, and even then I couldn't get it. But nowadays I sleep 6 hours or something. It's more than enough. Not more than enough. I mean, it's enough to be able to do something in a day. I still could use more sleep than that, but I'm really awake when it's 7 o'clock in the morning, so I should get out of bed. Don't spend any more time in there. Get coffee. So nowadays I start with a double coffee in the morning to get really awake. So the last thing we're doing here at this moment, getting this ULA chip in. When it's glued, it's really almost empty, hence it's a bit thick. But not a real issue. I think it's better when it's a bit thicker, because I don't want to get the stuff on my hands, you know. And now it's really empty, I think. I will just throw this one away. I have more of that. I actually buy these from China because they're cheaper than Holland. I hope it's not a problem with shipment or something. I should leave this a couple of seconds to dry, but actually you need it's better to keep it to dry it for a minute or two, but don't want to wait that long. You use super glue? Yes, I use super glue. Why not? Just throw thermal paste in between. So super glue is just to make sure the heatsink won't come off. Thank you, Peter. This is just the best job for me to do. I really like doing this. Otherwise, I do. If I'm could choose, I would do this or work at SpaceX or something. No, I'm just joking. I know someone who works at ESA, 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 is it ESA or ESA? I don't know. I don't know. The European Space Agency. It's a nice story. He shows me some cool stuff from time to time from his work. But I know from other people that high-tech jobs can be very boring as well, because for example when you work at ASML, I have applied there for once, but I wasn't ready for that back then. If you work at ASML, for example, you work on a very small piece of the complete production line of a wafer machine, and people who work there who aren't that into high-tech stuff, they can do the job, but I don't have to like it, you know. And I actually knew someone that was I was really surprised by his choices, because he worked at a computer shop where I worked as well, and he applied to ASML, was hired, and after a year or something he came by and told my colleagues that he was going to quit there and get into the army. I was so surprised. I thought, what? It's such a difference. Okay, some people just like that, of course. I can get into it a bit. It's completely different, you know. So if work is too boring, then well, look around and see what you really like doing. But it's hard, because when I started doing this full time over a year ago now, I already had a house and 2 cars and 2 kids and a wife, you know, and making a decision like this, doing this full time without actually having the insurance that it's going to pay off, is really a really tough decision. But I did it, and we're not there yet, to be honest. I'm still working on the production line. Yeah, well, okay. I don't do politics, Lokesh, but I don't like war at all. I would never pick a gun or something. Never. Anyway, no politics here. That's for other people. Okay, I'm doing just some cleaning here, because I like when the boards look clean as well. And this Z80 was replaced, or this was socketed by someone, but not very clean, so let's clean it up. Alright, so you can see I'm using lots of IPA here. Sometimes you need to. So I posted some troubles we had here with our internal network. First we thought it was our provider, T-Mobile, who supplies the internet feed to our glass fiber connection to our home. Previously it was Vodafone, but they had to sell it because they wanted to fuse with Ziggo, which they did. So we were forced into T-Mobile, which I don't think is a problem at all. But we had some problems a month ago that were actually caused by T-Mobile back then. There was a big national problem with several providers. But last week we had some strange things going on here. The internet connection was getting down and back again. So I thought, okay, this is another problem at T-Mobile, because last month we had a similar issue. But the strange thing was that when the connection was down, I even could not reach my router where the connection is coming in. So that was strange. That shouldn't happen. So I knew already that there was something else going on, but I still thought, well, maybe it can still be a problem with the provider. So after some hours of trouble seeking, I decided to disconnect all cables and switches. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 switches here in house, plus a Wi-Fi router, which is only used as a access point now, a good one. And so I'm using the HTTP server from the glass fiber router from T-Mobile, the Droidtech one. And we have of course the router itself has a built-in switch for television, one for internet. So I disconnected all cables. I should have started with that maybe. And connected one by one. and everything worked until I connected the television cable again to the router, and then it stopped working, and we got some hiccups again, and connection went away and came back. So that told us that there was an issue with something in with the cabling of the television connections, and two cables go, one to the living room and one to upstairs. And when I plugged in the cable from the television downstairs, no problem at all. But when I connected the one that got up, we had the issues again. So I thought, well, what could it be? So I went upstairs and was thinking, okay, what was it again? How did I connect the three televisions in our bedroom and the kids' bedrooms? And I thought, oh, there's one tiny switch, a really tiny one. It's a very small sized, smaller than your hand palm, from D-Link, with a 5-volt power supply with a micro USB connector. And believe it or not, the micro USB connector, sorry, mini USB connector actually, mini USB, can you imagine? Mini USB connector was not making proper contact. So that was the cause of all the strange behavior of the internet connection, or the complete network actually. So the complete network suffered from a bad connected power supply on one of the tiniest switches in our house. So very strange problems, but okay, we found out, and I replaced the power supply by another general USB power supply with another mini USB cable, and all problems are gone and all is stable. No, I don't mind the bandwidth. At this moment I'm using 15 megabits from the 100 we have, so upstream. So that's a good thing, and for the stream, of course. And when you're playing games online, then it's really good to have a low latency, of course. And if you have two kids who are also playing Minecraft or Roblox or Rocket League or something else online, especially I think Minecraft and Rocket League, you consume some data over the line and send some data, of course. And of course when they're also, that's what kids do these days, they play a game and on their headset they're playing music on the tablet, for example. It's really ridiculous. Anyway, so we need some bandwidth here. I think sometimes we use at least half of our bandwidth, our total bandwidth. So I think 100 megabits is not too much. Maybe we need more in the future, I don't know. We don't have a 4K television yet, we only have HD. But anyway, so we have a 100 megabit up and down data streams, which is it's quite fast, but not too much. Oh my God, Owen, did you really have to sort out those problems? Oh, that must have been a pain. Well, I had enough for next year with only this problem we had, so cool. Cool to hear other people have these issues as well. I will come into UK as well in the future, you know, just have to be patient. Holland is really, what do you call it? I forgot the word, but they really want to be very quick with adopting new technologies, and that's because a big part of our economy is based on technical stuff, high-tech stuff. So they want people to be able to have that at home as well. And fortunately, I live in Eindhoven, which has a technical university, which was one of the first places where the glass fiber was put. So Eindhoven was given glass fiber bandwidth as one of the first cities in Holland. So that was cool. But in the beginning, it was really expensive until some projects made sure about half of the city would get it. Yeah, well, yeah, that's one of the things. You need a good upload speed to be able to send 2K pictures and in a good quality, I think. So what we're doing now, and I haven't actually thought of it could be a problem if you don't have the bandwidth, of course. Because I wonder if I can see somewhere. I think I can see it in the router itself. Let me check what bandwidth I am using at this moment. There's a bandwidth monitor somewhere, diagnostics, data flow monitor, and my transmit rate at this moment is. Oh, it's a bit difficult to see. Maybe you can see it in my task manager. That's more easy, I think, because that's yeah, that's a good one. My task manager says I'm actually sending 15 megabits per second. My router is only telling me it's 3 kilobytes per second, so that's strange. 15 megabits, 3 kilobits. I don't know where the discrepancy comes from. Don't know. But it's really sending 15 megabits per second, so that's over what 10%, say 15% of the bandwidth, of course. And not everyone has 15 megabits upstream, so that's true. If I would do this when my kids were playing games and I only had about 20 upstream or something, then my kids would have gone frustrated, or my stream would have suffered from that. Alright, I hope you liked what I did here this evening. I will do more repair videos throughout next week because I have plenty of stuff to repair. So I think this is an interface with small defects. Oh, this is a SpectraNet from Dennis. I need to replace the RJ45 socket, as you may have seen in my post from last week's. I have a big box with 3 or 4 machines underneath the desk here, and some other stuff here underneath. Oh, let me just switch views here. And underneath the desk here are a lot of crates with some stuff from people that I need to do. For some stuff for Portugal, some stuff for the computer museum from Bart, some stuff for Mark, which I haven't heard this evening. He must be outside somewhere, and some other stuff from several people like Soren, who is waiting a very long time for his repairs because I needed to get some parts like this very dangerous rubber renew. I haven't used it, so what I want to do is get all my micro drives from my storage and take half a day or something to do all the rubber rollers at once. And using this only takes half an hour, of course, but getting all the rubber rollers from the micro drives will take a lot of time. And I had some parts in for, where are they? I don't know. Some parts in for Sam Coupé disk drives. The capacitors, which also need to be replaced, because Ian had shared information that replacing those capacitors will get your drives back up as new, and that's important for drives that don't work anymore. So all of that will be throughout the next days, I hope. I have so much work to do, but my shelves are actually, I can show you, my shelves are actually quite filled. Oh, the cable's a bit. Those are the shelves, and you can see almost all filled up. There's some more on the desk there, but the shelves are almost completely filled, which is a good thing. So, but believe it or not, that's only for a day or two, and then I have to make more stuff. That's the issue at this moment. So I need to sell about 15 products a day, but I sometimes get more orders because many people buy 3 or 4 products at a time. So I like that, of course, because it keeps me busy and gives me a feeling that I can keep doing this for a while. But it's a lot of work. So I hope to do a lot of more videos next week for repairs and maybe some other stuff. Maybe I should just also show some more SpectraNet assembly videos if you want to. And what else can I do? Let me think. Do I have some other new stuff? I don't have much time for development at this moment, because I would love to do some development. I have such cool stuff going on here. Oh, one cool thing. Posting stuff. Yeah, you know, I know, Owen. I only have 5 days left. Don't remind me. One cool thing was the AY chips in the ZX Spectrum 128K models, the AY38912, 8912, 8912, are hard to obtain until 2 days ago when I found a supplier that has thousands in stock for a low price. But anyway, so I was looking for replacements, and I already discussed with some people on Facebook that an 8910 is a suitable replacement, although it's a bigger chip with a different pinout. It can be used, and it's 7 times cheaper. So that's a good alternative for some stuff like the ZX-AY interface. But also there is an 8913 version of the AY chip, which is only 24 pins instead of 28, and unfortunately also has a different pinout, but it's the same chip, only without the I/O ports. That's the only difference, I think. But it should be compatible, so I ordered a couple of those to test, and those are also easy to obtain and cheaper than the 8912. So that's a good thing. Yeah, I will work on the ZX HD with AI, no VGA, so it will be HDMI. And I also will continue working on an FPGA solution for HDMI and some other stuff like USB mouse and keyboard. But it will take more time, of course, because at this moment I've actually only 2 solutions for that. The first is the diff GMX interface, which is of which the sources are available, so I can use that to develop a version that suits the customers that I think how I think they would like. And also I want to discuss with Jen Kusier, who developed the MBO3 Plus, if he can develop a cheap FPGA solution with HDMI, with ULA Plus, and some other stuff like keyboard and mouse, and of course things like 3-channel audio and even turbo sound, which he implemented in the MBO3 Plus. So that would be cool if it would be possible to put all of that into an FPGA chip with a DisplayPort, for example, instead of HDMI, to avoid licensing issues. Then we would have a great interface, and of course diff MMC as well, of course, that would be implemented in one interface. So sound over HDMI would be perfect. And if you use FPGA solution, then you have a real hardware support for that. So I can't wait to work on that, but I have to wait because there are so many other stuff here. Yeah, I seen the I also saw a new version of the actually, a version with. Maybe I can share that to finish this video. Let me grab that page. I saw it yesterday. I hope we can find it. Oh yeah, so that was actually Plus Yeah, I've seen that. The version you're referring. So, whoop, this one. And the cool thing about this one is that it is a full-size Spectrum clone board with an edge connector, which should be compatible, but they're still working on implementing the edge connector support in the FPGA core. It doesn't work properly at this moment, as I'm told. But some things of this design that I don't think are that well chosen are, for example, there's no real need for this keyboard stuff here. If it's not in the way, then it's not a problem, of course, but I don't think many people will use it. So you could just use a smaller board. And why are the 2 speakers, by the way? And secondly, the volume or the knobs here, I don't know what are they are for. Maybe it's volume control indeed, but I don't think that it's a good choice, because no one is going to put it in a case with cutouts for the knobs here, so that's not a well thought way of doing it. And some other things like these USB ports here and the SD card socket, you cannot reach them from when the case is closed, of course, so that's kind of an issue as well. I don't know a better solution myself for that at this time, but maybe, for example, they could have used the tape input for an SD card socket. I think it's wide enough. But of course, people might complain that they are missing the tape input for that end. So it might not be the best choice. I don't know. I'm not sure where this is developed and where it is discussed, but I would like some change on it. But still, if this would be a FPGA clone with edge connector, then I'm very happy with that, and I would love to try it out, because FPGA clone with edge output is would be perfect. I'm not in the development team from that. What do you think about a PS2 Spectrum keyboard on Hackaday? I've not seen that. Send me a link by email or something. Megahertz UHF. I'm really curious about that, because my solution doesn't really work, because the microcontroller that is used loses firmware when power is not fed quick enough. So that's another topic. So if you can send me, it would be cool. Hey Rob, good evening. Yeah, but I'm just I'm just finishing up, Rob. But we'll speak soon. I'm going downstairs to the kids. It's 9:30 here, and they would like my attention for a bit as well, of course. But I just wanted to do this stream because I was bored this afternoon. And I was tired, I slept badly, and I was bored, and I wanted to do something that gave me energy, so I decided to, oh, hey, you can see everything I'm showing here. Fortunately, there's no stuff that's being a problem, so you cannot see my streaming key here, because if I would show that, then you can take over my stream. I wouldn't like that. But this is one of the pages that I watch through when I'm streaming. So let's get back to I don't know. Let's get back to this this ugly stream, ugly face here. No, I don't think I'm ugly. Only my belly is ugly. Anyway, please send me some info about that Hackaday stuff with the PS2 keyboard stuff. I'm really curious. So if you're on Facebook, then use a PM, and if you want to use email, then please use ben@bytelight.com, for example, or something else before the @ sign. So you can use something else before the @ sign at ByteDelight.com if you want to. Alright, so have a good evening, guys. Take something to get slowed down, like I'm doing in a minute, and I will see you next time. So bye bye.